Sports Blitz Live is on the air with full coverage of the Auburn Tigers,
Touchdown, Auburn!
the Alabama Crimson Tide,
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama. Touchdown!
and everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sports Blitz Live.
Hello again, everyone, and good Tuesday evening. Welcome into the latest edition of the Sports Blitz Live. Almost said it again. We appreciate all of you out there.
Sports Blitz Live.
We appreciate all of you out there being with us tonight. Thank you so much for that. 256-234-6221 is our number here. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind, whatever's going on in the world of sports that you'd like to talk about and beyond. Luke's a man of many parts. He will be glad to discuss anything with you tonight, to a point. We appreciate, again, you joining us each and every week. You can always find us here on WOTM or WAXC TV here in the Lake Martin area. You can also find us on Facebook Live and our YouTube page as well. Go and check those out and subscribe to those. We would appreciate it. All right, SEC Media Days gets underway next week in Dallas, Texas, of all places.
So dumb.
Well, we're welcoming in
but why
Oklahoma
are we
and
already
Texas.
kowtowing to the two newbies?
I don't think it's kowtowing. I think it's a show of, hey, welcome to the league.
I mean, don't you just know that Texas is like, we're not coming if you don't bring us SEC Media Days first?
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel that way?
I could see that, and I could also just see Greg Sankey extending the finger. I don't.
But why?
Texas is going to learn pretty quickly that they are no longer the biggest fish in the pond.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that they are going to learn pretty quickly. Here's the thing. I wish Texas and Oklahoma flip-flopped schedules. Then I think they'd learn.
I'm not. Everybody that just believes Texas is going to blow through this, and make things look easy. I don't say that.
Look. Let me just say this.
I think they'll have a good team.
Texas doesn't Texas get Vandy, Arkansas, and Mississippi State?
I haven't looked at their schedule.
I know they get Vandy and Mississippi State. I believe they get Arkansas too. I mean, those are the three worst teams in the conference. I would say most people would.
Losing to Mississippi State would almost be to a T Texas.
Okay, but they also get Florida this year. We all agree Florida's probably not going to be very good, and they may be so beat up by the time they get to Texas because their schedule is unbelievable. So,
or we may be saying Billy Napier's the coach of the year because Florida wins 10 games.
If Florida wins 8 games, he's coach of the year to me. But they avoid Texas avoids LSU. They avoid Alabama. They get Georgia, but they get them at home. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the SEC kind of did Oklahoma dirty.
Well, I don't know who makes the schedules. I don't know how they figured that, how they worked that, but it does seem to it always seems to be that Arkansas seems to get the shaft. Maybe they're just extending that to Oklahoma now. I don't know, but
I think that weren't the media days in Nashville last year.
Seemed like it. They've been in Atlanta. They've been in Birmingham. They've been in Atlanta.
Look, I know I'm an Alabama guy, both for college and state, but I'm saying having it in Birmingham seemed kind of right. It seemed like that's the deal in Birmingham. Birmingham is the football capital of the South. Atlanta's great. I mean, we appreciate Atlanta. They put on a great SEC championship game, but Atlanta's a hodgepodge of people. Nashville's a hodgepodge. Dallas is not even the Southeast. I mean, we're counting it now, whatever. But that's not even like the home of one of the schools. I mean, do it in Austin if you're going to do that. I think that would even make more sense. I get it, bigger media market. I get all that stuff. I'm just saying, I don't know. There wasn't anything. What's that there was a state senator or congressman or somebody who had a big spiel about when there was some law that wanted to be passed about local beer, local breweries, and he was like, "The beer we got drink pretty good, don't it?" And I mean, I'm like, "The SEC media days we got's pretty good, ain't it?" I mean, what's wrong with it?
Well, I think everybody looked at the SEC title game and said, "Man, this is great in Birmingham," and it got even better when it went to Atlanta.
I agree the SEC title game is better in Atlanta, 100%. And truth be told though, if Birmingham had a dome as nice as Mercedes Dome or the Georgia Dome back in the day, I would have said, hey, keep that in Birmingham too. I mean, it's pretty centrally located. But clearly, Atlanta, I'm fine with the SEC championship game moving around a little bit. I don't ever want to go to Tampa, never want to go to Dallas, but I think if you keep it central, and if Birmingham had an adequate place to do it, I would say Nashville, Atlanta, Birmingham, that's pretty centralized for everybody. Yeah, it's closer for Alabama, Auburn, Mississippi State, Vandy, and Tennessee and whatever, but it's pretty central. I mean, when you do SEC Media Days in Dallas or the SEC basketball tournament in Tampa, that's a trek, man.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I mean, I love having SEC baseball tournament, it's perfect. I loved it. I agree with you 100% what I can't, the word
Solidarity?
Is, there you go.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I thought you were about to say serendipity.
Yeah, I started to, and something came out weird. It came out serendipity. But because I could get to go to it occasionally. I'm certainly not going to Dallas. I'm probably not going to Atlanta or Nashville to do it. So I'm with you there, but overall in the grand scheme of things, I understand why you move it out of Birmingham. But I don't like it going as far. That doesn't make any sense. This will probably be the last time you'll see it in Dallas, I would guess.
Well, what I'm afraid of is once you start doing it this way, you never stop, and they'll start moving it around. Next thing you know, it'll be in St. Louis like the SEC basketball tournament was, which was just, it just wasn't great. Missouri being in the conference, okay, we're down with it. We've learned to accept it. But that doesn't mean we have to go there for stuff. Except just to play a game.
You don't have to throw them a bone once a decade?
No, why? We
invited them into the league.
Oh, come on. They are the beneficiaries of this.
Of course they are.
Okay. So, listen, the bone is you get a boatload of money and you hadn't sniffed the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
The bone is you get a boatload of money and hadn't been to the Final Four. What championship has Missouri brought us? Have they brought us one?
Don't recall.
Okay, they hadn't been to the College World Series. I'm just saying Alabama and Georgia and Auburn and LSU and Tennessee and Florida, and we built this thing. And, we don't need to just say, oh, Texas, please come over here and save us. We were doing pretty good without you.
I don't know anybody that's saying that. That might be the perception.
I'm just saying it sure looks that way. I can understand if we eventually went to Texas and did something.
But the first year bothered me.
The first year, it does sort of bother me. It's really almost like we had to do it to get them in here. It's almost like SMU saying, see, SMU's like, y'all don't have to pay us any money for 7 years. We're fine. We seem like the SMU in this scenario.
Well, SMU, after having gone through the death penalty, they have never recovered from that, obviously, after nearly 35 years, or maybe 40. Yeah, now, but close to it anyway.
They're about to get over it.
We're not. They're not going to get over it.
Listen, man, they have raised so much money, and there's a ton of money. That's the other thing. SMU's actually in Dallas, so that's the funny part. I think SMU in the next 10, 15 years, I don't know. They're not going to be like an Alabama, Georgia-like force, but they'll be a problem. They'll be a fly in ointment. I think so. I'm telling you.
It won't be a problem. Okay. Well, that should be interesting to keep in touch with over the year. Okay, SEC Media Days schedule next Monday, obviously. LSU, Ole Miss, South Carolina, and Vanderbilt. LSU kicks things off after Greg Sankey makes his traditional address. On Tuesday, it'll be Georgia, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. Wednesday, you'll have Alabama, Florida, Mississippi State, and Texas. Oof. And then and then on Thursday, it closes things out with Auburn, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Texas A&M will be the anchor.
I got to say, Alabama got the better grouping on that one.
Yeah, I would say so. There's no question about that. And I want to say Auburn's had like the last day for like the last 3 years or something.
And, the last day, look, it's one thing if you're Nick Saban, like you could have it on any day and like the media will still be there. But like if you're the last day for just about anybody else, everybody's like, we've asked everything. We're out
to
of stuff
be perfectly honest, if you're coming off a losing season, you don't really care if you're the last day.
Agreed.
But now if you're coming off a great season, I can see why people would be a little bit miffed. Now, Auburn, Arkansas, Kentucky, and A&M, nobody cares.
That's a tough day. So. That's the day like you have to cover, not the day you want to cover.
Yeah.
I mean, because you look at the Alabama day. I mean,
that's when you got reporters flipping coins saying who's going to stay.
But the Alabama day is, I mean, you have Alabama with a new coach. You have Texas, coming in the league. They're going to be just the talk of the town. Who else is there? Florida, and who's the other one?
State.
Mississippi
Texas.
State.
Yeah.
Okay. The Mississippi State, their guy's going to be at the podium going, is this thing on? Because there is not – Florida, everybody's going to be asking Billy Napier or question, why on earth would you allow your athletic director to make this schedule?
Yeah.
That'd be my first question.
Well, he's going to say, because we made it 3 years ago, and we thought we were going to be doing better. Yeah. As he stares at Billy Napier. But, that could be a very interesting day. That's going to be the day where they say, there's, Kalen DeBoer, Steve Sarkisian, Billy Napier, and that other guy.
It's like, it was the Seinfeld with the three tenors.
Yeah.
It's so-and-so and so-and-so and the other guy.
Pavarotti, Pavarotti.
Well, I know Pavarotti, that's it.
Placido Domingo and the other guy.
Yeah.
The other guy. All right, anyway. Okay. Alabama is bringing Jalen Milroe, Tyler Booker, and Malachi Moore, junior, and graduate student. Auburn will be bringing Peyton Thorne, senior Eugene Asante, the linebacker, and the sophomore Keldrick Falk. Only three sophomores come into media days, and so kind of rare that you see a guy that young coming. So actually, three. That's right. Oklahoma bringing Jackson Arnold, who's a sophomore.
Well, he's going to be the starting quarterback.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But
you want to act like you're giving him the reins. You want to say, "Hey, you're the leader." Keldrick Falk going is interesting. It's also interesting that the other two guys are transfers.
Yeah. We brought a transfer last year, Elijah McAllister.
Well, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with bringing a transfer. I'm just saying that it's, I guess especially when you couple it with the other guy as a sophomore, it's almost, really, I guess these are all guys Hugh Freeze brought in, right?
I think Eugene Asante was already there.
Was he?
Yeah, he played for. He couldn't get on the field for Brian Harsin.
Okay.
He was on the scout team.
Okay. And I guess did he redshirt?
I think he did.
Okay,
actually.
that may be why.
I think this actually says something better because at least these guys have been on the team now for a couple of years. Last year, we brought a guy that we brought in who had not even played a down.
Who?
Elijah McAllister.
Oh, yeah.
From Vandy.
Yeah.
He was one of our leaders. That means that means we had no leadership on that team.
I agree.
So I think this actually speaks better of that we can actually bring people that have been around. They actually played last year. They are stepping up. Maybe they are. So and the fact that they feel that good about maybe Keldrick Falk, and they're saying, hey, this guy's going to be a star. Go ahead and get to know him a little better. So.
Glenn Toller says Texas got more in the fine print of the deal. That probably so. Tony Bamberg says the real question is, will Luke play the new college football game coming out next week? Let me tell you something. I hadn't played any of those
games. There's a new game coming out.
The new college football.
There was an old game.
Yeah, I used to play the old one, and man, I loved it. I mean, I just loved it. Now, I liked playing the computer. I didn't like playing other people because when you play other people, you always play the guy that takes it way too seriously. Like, and they're so much better, and they're like changing defenses, and I'm like, what is going on? I mean, that's too. And I tried to play. My son had a Madden game from last year that I tried to play on vacation, and it was so involved. I was like, can I just throw a pass? I mean, everything was. You got to pick your team, then you pick your coach. Then do you want to have spring training? Do you want to have this? Are you the owner? I was like, no, I just do the thing where you highlight the player I am, and then I can hit X, box, or triangle or circle. Right. That's all I want.
I never played the old game, not one single time ever.
That is not right. That is bad.
I don't waste my time on video games.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. The game.
I don't begrudge anybody. If that's your thing, that's fine. It's
awesome.
Just not my game.
I think it's going to be too involved this time now. I think it's going to be too much.
The last gaming I was really involved with was Atari.
Oh, I loved Atari too, but that was very 2D.
It was very, but it was great. All right, we got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Sports Blitz Live right after this.
Sportz Auto Sales, Highway 280 in Kellyton, Alabama, is home-owned and home-operated. If you're looking for tires, they have it. If you're looking for a vehicle, they have them. Great selection. Always out looking for more just for you, the customer. And if you're looking for service, whether you buy the vehicle from them or whether you buy the vehicle somewhere else, they do service work and got a great crew there. Keep us in mind. Why don't you go by Sportz Auto Sales on Highway 280 in Kellyton today.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. Red Flag Pest Control is Central Alabama's best in pest control with hometown service in Lake Martin and now the greater Montgomery area. When you see pests, throw down the red flag. Termites, bed bugs, carpenter bees, mosquitoes, or general pests. Red Flag gets the job done at the right price for your home or business. At Lake Martin, call 888-943-0353 or in Montgomery, 334-265-1831. Red Flag, the best in pest control in Central Alabama.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Karen Chanel, your State Farm agent in Alexander City, Alabama, and the greater Lake Martin area. I want to talk to you a little bit today about your discounts. How many of you are entitled to discounts that you may or may not be receiving? One of the easiest discounts on your homeowner's insurance is that of having a fire extinguisher. Coupled with a deadbolt lock and a smoke alarm, that gives you an automatic discount on your homeowner's policy.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. I'm not even sure I introduced. I am Andy Graham. He is Luke Robinson. We'll be with you for the next couple of hours.
Not
Thank you
anymore.
so much. Thank you so much for being with us. 256-234-6221, and maybe those that are just now able to tune us in. We appreciate you being here. This is something I actually was going to talk with JJ about tomorrow. I thought it might be fun, but I'll just kind of talk to you about it just a little bit here. Intro it.
Just you work out your material with JJ on me.
I worked out my yes, that is correct. I just a tall no. What of every coach?
What?
Of every coach that will be at SEC Media Days.
Okay.
Who is most likely not to be there in 2025?
I mean, I think the easy answer is Billy Napier.
I will go one better. I think it's Sam Pittman.
Okay, I can buy that. I'm going to have to pull up Arkansas' schedule.
I don't think there's any chance that Sam Pittman is back next year.
Oh, come on. No chance.
I think there's no chance.
Why do you say that, though?
Because they're not going to have a winning season. And they almost fired him last year. And, I mean, they were ready for him to leave last year. And he's like 11-23 in the SEC in his four. This is going to be year 5. It's not going to get any better. And,
but is it going to get better if you hire somebody new?
No, probably that's not the point. At Arkansas, they're saying, we've gone as far as we can go. Thank you so much for your effort. However, it's time to make a change.
All right.
Even if Billy Napier goes 6-6, I think there's a chance. There's a better chance that, Scott Strickland. Everybody says, okay, we had a really, really tough schedule, but he's still recruiting well. He's got a recruiting class together. We're going to give him one more year because it's year 3.
All right. I'm looking at their schedule.
They're going to lose to Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I mean, Arkansas Pine Bluff at home, okay, you better win it. I mean, Arkansas's done worse things. At Oklahoma State, I feel like they're going to win. By the way, I don't know how many of you have seen, but Ollie Gordon, who is Oklahoma State's running back and probably the best running back in the country, he got a DUI. And so everybody's wondering, I think Alabama and Auburn, we've all dealt with that, right? And everybody was wondering, well, what's his punishment going to be? Is he going to have to sit out the first game? And Mike Gundy, the coach, today at Big 12 Media Days, apparently, and I've seen the video, I can't remember verbatim what he said, but he essentially said, hey, different states have different laws. Sometimes if you only drink 2 or 3 or 4 beers and then you get behind the wheel, you can get a DUI. That's something I've done thousands of times. And I thought to myself, I can't imagine saying anything dumber than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I really can't. I can't imagine, especially in this day and age, that will haunt him forever. Now, the I'm a man, I'm 40 thing, you thought it would haunt him, but it turned into be kind of funny and like you sort of fist bump him about it. Saying that, yeah, I drive drunk all the time and have done so thousands of times is not cool. Whether you do it or not, don't say it. Don't say the quiet part out loud. I just thought that was interesting. So apparently Arkansas will be facing Ollie Gordon when they play the second game of the year. Then they welcome in UAB. Don't slip up, Arkansas. Then they go to Auburn. I don't think they're beating Auburn. That would be the kind of game, though, if Sam Pittman wants to be like, okay, y'all give me a chance, that's the game he's going to have to win.
Sure.
Because you look at some of these others. Texas A&M.
Loss.
It's a loss because it's a loss every time. It's never not a loss.
So that's 3 losses already.
Tennessee at home.
Loss.
Okay. LSU at home.
Loss.
At State. Okay.
50-50.
Ole Miss at home.
Loss.
Texas at home.
Loss.
Louisiana Tech.
Win.
At Missouri.
Loss.
Okay.
That's about 8, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I don't. I think
even if they overachieve, they go 6-6.
I think though, Arkansas may be like, let's let the dust settle, and I don't know.
Bobby Petrino is going to be the head
sitting
coach
right there.
at Arkansas
He's
next
sitting right
year.
there, like just doing this.
There's no question.
But if you're Florida, I mean, it seems to me Florida fans are they're like inside the door waiting on Billy Napier to get home. They're waiting in the dark.
It's
they got
just
Billy
year
clubs
3 now.
and
Remember
Macy's.
that.
They don't care. Y'all fired Harsin after a year and a half.
That's
you
a
knew.
completely different
You
situation.
knew, though. You knew.
They don't know yet.
They do know. They do know. That's the thing. They do know. They are like last or second to last in the SEC in recruiting right now. That should never happen at Florida this time of year. You know, several years ago, if you said they were last in the SEC, you'd be like, in July, who cares? They're not worried about it. But now July's different. Now everybody's having big cats and barbecues, and you got to go get your people.
If they are that, I did not realize that. They are last.
They're close to it. They're either second to last or something like that.
If by the end of the season, if by the 3/4 of the way through the season, if they're not near the top 10, yeah, it may be.
There's so much talent in Florida that
But I still say Sam Pittman is more likely to be fine.
I'm kind of with you, and also you got to remember Sam Pittman doesn't have KJ Jefferson anymore.
No,
he's gone to be with
Gus,
your old boy Gus. All right, we got a caller. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good.
Just Ducky, how's it going?
Ready for some football?
I think
Yes,
so.
sir.
Hey, I know y'all talking about colleges right now, but I got a question I want to throw out there because I've been hearing that. I've been hearing it for the last couple of years. They saying like in Lafayette and Valley is fixing to merge together. Somebody's saying that this is the last year Lafayette to play, and they said they got them a new school building somewhere down there. I ain't seen it yet because I ain't had a chance to get down there just to see where it's at. But I mean, I think. What do y'all think? Are they going to shut down Lafayette and Valley and merge them together like they do some of these other schools? And if they do that, some of them kids got to get up, live way up in the country. They're going to have to get up 5 o'clock in the morning just to get down and go to school. But I mean, you know, I was just wanting the opinion on y'all to see what. I mean, I know, like I said, we're talking about college, but I was thinking about high school because, you know, that's where I started from. You know, Lafayette's my home. But anyway, I do hope everybody have a good season. I believe Alabama will be good. I think Alabama and Auburn might make the playoffs. But anyway, y'all doing a good job. I'll talk to y'all later, okay?
Thank you, buddy. Thanks for
Jerome.
calling in. I don't know the answer to his question.
I've heard that.
I've heard it. But it feels like I've been hearing it. I'm sort of like him.
It worked out very well for Clay County and Lineville.
Yeah. I mean, and
the beautiful school. They got a dominant football program. I think everybody's happy there. And that's two communities that you thought were never going to get along.
One of the hottest comedians right now is Shane Gillis, and he's really funny. He can be kind of crude and all this, but he's pretty funny. And he had a great bit. He's just talking about the power of football. He said, you know, when the South decided to integrate their football teams, right, that's when Bear Bryant was like, yeah, we've got to have blacks on the team too. And everybody's like, no. And then next thing you know, they're like, oh, we're 10-0? Yeah, let's have everybody. Anybody you want. And that's the same way with Lineville and Clay County, you know, no, Ashland and Lineville, I guess, where they're like, I can't stand Lineville. I can't stand Ashland. Oh, now we combine and we got a really good football team? Yeah, we're all good. Yeah. You know what I mean? Football will bring you together. It'll bring all races, all creeds, all colors, all religions, all whatever. You'll put, you know, the Hatfields and McCoys would go and sit and watch West Virginia together, you know, if they were winning. If you're winning football. Now, if you're losing football, it's a different story.
This is true. We got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Illinois Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillaby Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillaby Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindawa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center provides optimum care for the whole person. Dr. Dimo Popov specializes in the prevention and diagnosis of high blood pressure, kidney disease, diabetes, and acute and chronic conditions. Our weight loss clinic offers lipo shots and a guide to healthy weight loss. Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center, where lifestyle changes are made.
At Team One Hyundai, it's the Summer Savings Sales Event. All new Hyundais will be sold at employee pricing, plus an unheard of $1,000 bonus for your trade-in. See our huge selection of new and pre-owned inventory at team1hyundai.com. Don't miss the summer savings with employee pricing plus a $1,000 bonus for your trade. Team One Hyundai of Gadsden, where the experience exceeds your expectations.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Good question by Jerome. You know, I think, you know, we both said we had heard that about Lafayette and
that'd be
Valley.
one athletic squad.
Yeah, it would. But, I mean, is that going to happen? I don't know. You see that a lot of times, schools combining like that in one area. And like I said, it's worked out well in certain situations. I don't know about others, but of course, Horseshoe Bend is a good example of that worked out well, I think, for everybody involved. So I don't know, but certainly don't know the logistics of it. Jerome would know that far better, being from that area. But if anybody's got any information about that or knows anything about it, by all means, give us a call at 256-234-6221.
It is a little shameful for me because, you know, with the AHSAA radio network, but during the summer months, like spring and summer, I'm totally focused on football, college football. It feels like, you know, I don't even get involved with the NFL, even though I do a lot of fantasy stuff. I don't do any of that. Like, I'm just thinking about college football. So it's difficult for me to keep up with, you know, the different schools and the mergers and who left what school and went to another school. I know that Micah DeBose left Viger. And I believe he's going to, one of the, I can't remember the other school. Is Williamson?
Spanish Ford?
No, it's not Spanish Ford.
Saraland?
It's either Williamson, maybe Theodore. I can't remember.
Okay.
Something like that. But, you know, and I feel like that should be bigger news. But especially this particular year, whereas Hugh Freeze's second year and Kalen DeBoer's first, and the SEC's welcome in Texas and Oklahoma. man, there's only so many things I can jam into my brain at one time, you know? And so I haven't kept up with the local, especially local high school scene probably as much as I should. And so I hate that, but we'll try to get that answered for you.
Yeah, I'm with Jennifer Aniston. You put something new in, something else got to go.
Well, no, Homer Simpson said it best. He told Marge one time, she said, let's go, we're going to go learn something. Or I forget some class. He goes, I hate learning something new. Remember, every time I learn something new, it pushes something out. Remember that time I took that winemaking course and I forgot how to drive? That's always, a Simpsons reference always works.
That's true. I'd rather think about Jennifer Aniston. All right. Brett and Randy talked about this today, but with Auburn's schedule, I'll ask you, we'll look at Alabama's schedule. If you had to, and we'll give you the rating these games from 1 to 12, 1 being the easiest game on the schedule, 12 being the most difficult game on the schedule, where would you place Western Kentucky?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Well, I tell you what, let's do it this way.
Let me look at the.
What is the easiest game
I
on
think
Alabama's
you can.
schedule?
Okay, Mercer.
Okay.
So I think Western Kentucky would be second. I think you can put them into pods, obviously. I think now the thing with Alabama's schedule this year.
Well, let's do. So you're going 1, 2.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
1, 2 is Mercer's the easiest. Western Kentucky second. And then maybe in a bit of an upset, I'm going to go Vanderbilt at Vandy is third. I mean, I think South Florida might be okay. Look, they're not going to beat Alabama. We have a phone call?
Think so.
Call you on there. Go ahead.
Hey, guys, this is Brett.
Hey, Brett.
Hey, just going to give y'all a little bit of insight into what y'all were talking about with Chambers County.
Believe we need
Valley
it.
and Lafayette. Yeah, Lafayette is closing, and the goal is to have that new county school built by the end of 2026. So fall of 26, that was the last discussion that I had heard and talked about. But I knew some people that worked at Lafayette, and they were definitely told that they were going to be closing. Now there's some petitions and stuff to try to keep the school open, but I think they've already made their decision. I think a federal judge last year, I believe, went ahead and ruled that they would be combining those two schools. So they've had several hurdles to get over, but as of right now, unless something changes, that will be a consolidated school.
So Lafayette and Valley?
Yes, Lafayette and Valley.
I'm going to tell you, I remember now it's all coming back to me when Valley was in the finals of basketball last year, and we kept saying, Valley's going. I mean, if Valley and Lafayette do merge, that's going to be some dudes playing basketball right there. They had some athletes, and Lafayette always does too.
Well,
so
Valley's what, a 5 or 6?
I think they're 5A.
And Lafayette is what?
Valley's a 5A school.
And Lafayette's what, a 3?
No, they're
3 or 2. I think Lafayette may be a 2A school.
Okay.
Now, did they not win the 1A state championship when a few years ago when they had Christian Story?
They did. I think it was 2A.
Oh, was it 2A? Okay.
Yeah, I think they won the 2A championship, and I know for a fact they're 2A because they've been in Horseshoe Bend's region. Horseshoe Bend's a 2A school. They played them yearly. So, very athletic, very good history in football and basketball. And, Valley here of late has really done well in both sports. So, you combining those resources, they'll be a force in East Alabama, no doubt.
Well, 5 and 2 don't equal 7, right? I mean, it would
no,
be.
It does not. They won't be a 7A school.
Would it be? I guess it might be a 6A though.
They definitely will be pushing the door 6A for sure.
That could be interesting.
I wonder where Valley falls on the cutoff point of 5A right now.
I don't know. I hadn't really had a chance to look at that, but they've always been seemed like a mid-sized 5A school. That enrollment will go up. So when you add the Lafayette school to that, so I think there'll be a small 6A school. And again, It'll be a brand new high school in that area. I think, I've seen a price tag of anywhere from 90 to 100 million on a new school. Obviously, we're going through a new school build here in Alexander City right now, which is exciting for us. And, with new facilities like that brings excitement and brings interest. So we'll be interesting to watch and see if that school does come to fruition, if it gets completed by 2026.
All right, Brett, appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, guys.
All right, there you go. Ask and you shall receive. Good information there from Brett for sure. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to go back to my upset pick is for the third easiest game for Alabama is at Vandy. First of all, having been to that game a few times in Nashville, it is a complete home game for Alabama. And it's just Vandy's just not that great. And I think South Florida's going to be okay.
Vandy's just not that great.
Just not that great.
Maybe the understatement ever mentioned on this show.
I mean, it is. Somebody told I was doing an interview with somebody else, and I said something about Vanderbilt. They said Vanderbilt's always catching strays. They're like, we're just out here just hanging out, and all of a sudden somebody's like, Vanderbilt's terrible. You're like, where'd that come from? Well, you weren't even talking about us. But then I'd go South Florida. Okay, then that's why Alabama's schedule is pretty daunting. I'm going to tell you, I don't like to do this. I understand some people I might get some. Actually, I'll probably go South Carolina next, then Auburn. Boy, it gets dicey. Maybe at Wisconsin after that.
7.
Yeah. Then Missouri. Actually, I'll go at Oklahoma then Missouri. I think
Oklahoma 8,
good.
Missouri 9.
Yeah. At Tennessee
10.
At LSU
11.
Georgia
12.
Yeah.
Okay. That is, it is a pretty
daunting
tough schedule.
Yeah. I listened to Brett and Randy talking about.
I doubt the South Florida game will be as.
I'm not saying it's going to be. It's necessarily going to be close. I think.
No. I'm just saying. I bet it's not going to be quite as competitive as it was last year.
Oh no! I agree with that. It's going to be interesting that Jalen Milroe will actually get the quarterback against them. Listen to Brett and Randy.
We think
today. Yeah. Alabama A&M, I think clearly is the easiest game for Auburn. Probably New Mexico after that because it's not It's not like it's playing New Mexico State.
Either that or ULM, one of the two.
I mean, flip-flop them if you want
1, 2, and 3, somewhere in there.
Then I think probably Vanderbilt at home.
Yes.
Probably Cal after that.
I would think so.
Then actually, where do you put Arkansas? I guess Arkansas next?
I would put Arkansas. No, yeah, we already said Vandy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then maybe Texas A&M. Then you start talking about maybe Oklahoma next. At Missouri. I heard Brett and Randy both had Missouri as too easy of a game for Auburn. I think Missouri's going to be good. I mean, like really good. And so I think that Missouri game will be tougher for Auburn than at home against A&M or Oklahoma.
Yeah, I could see that.
I would also say Kentucky may be tougher than those two at Kentucky. Now, the one caveat being, I kind of want to know where Kentucky is at that point. Are they a factor anymore? If not, they may tail off. But I would say then you go Alabama and Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia's their toughest game.
There's no question Georgia is the toughest. Alabama's right there, both being on the road instead of in Jordan-Hare. So that's a big factor as well. I mean, the home games for Auburn are obviously going to be close, but
Auburn got a bad home schedule this year. It's just sometimes you get on a bad cycle, and this is a bad year for it.
It always would. That's why it was always better to stagger those two. At least you knew you were going to get one of them, Georgia or Alabama at home, which would usually save a
and in the past you would have at least
schedule.
LSU.
Yeah.
And this year you don't even have LSU. I mean, just again, I'm just going to say the SEC really screwed up. Not having Auburn, LSU, or
having Oklahoma and A&M is and Cal. I mean, that's not bad.
Auburn shouldn't be playing.
Yes, I know they're awful, but
they shouldn't be playing Cal.
They just got like this 5-star quarterback.
Who did?
Cal.
I don't think you're. talking about the same California.
I am.
They didn't get a 5-star quarterback.
Yes, they did. I read it on somewhere.
Things that aren't true.com?
No, it was on Saturday Down South, I thought. It was
I keep up with recruiting pretty well, I'm telling you.
Recruiting?
Pre-recruiting and post-recruiting and recruiting.
Okay.
And Cal didn't get anybody like that.
Okay.
And Auburn shouldn't be playing them. Auburn shouldn't be playing Baylor. I mean, but they
They were a legitimate Power 5 school.
Look, just aim a little higher on your non-conference.
Well, we tried.
Aim a little higher.
We're going UCLA.
Aim a little higher.
You were all about, UCLA. LSU's playing UCLA.
I know, but because let me tell you the difference. LSU's playing USC and UCLA.
So
if
you got to
Auburn
have them as a package.
if
we played USC.
Hold up. I know, and I respect the heck out of that. If Auburn
we played USC when they were good.
If Auburn were playing Cal and Baylor this year, not like staggering them back, I would be like, oh, that's pretty good. You know, that's a schedule. But because I think that's where this thing needs to trend. Again, you've heard me say this 1,000 times. I think there's a place on the schedule for your Mercers, for your Alabama A&Ms. I think there's a place for it because I've always thought that's the game that you can take your family to and afford to go to, right? And if you're like me and you got 4 kids, I mean, you're like, hey, I can take one of y'all to one game, one of y'all to another one, and the other 2 got to stay at the house for the rest of the year. You know, it's just expensive to go to games.
It is expensive to go to games.
So, I mean, I don't mind having one of those, but I'm looking forward to everybody beefing it up just a little bit. Like, there's no reason for me to be excited about this, but Utah and Miami announced they're going to be playing in Vegas like USC and LSU this year. They're going to be up in 2027. Utah versus Miami. They've never played each other before, and they're going to play in Vegas to start the year in 2027. I was like, oh yeah. I mean, that just made me excited. I was like, I enjoy games like that are big games, like people making an effort to put something out there, because I think that's where we're going to have to go to really capture our attention again. Because I think of some of these smaller games, I mean, look, everybody may be afforded one layup, one Mercer, one Alabama A&M, whatever, but I don't like anymore Alabama and Auburn having 2 or 3 of them on the schedule. I mean, it's just those days are gone, you know, because it's not as important anymore to go undefeated.
Well, we'll see how, you know, it affects going into the playoff and what the committee actually values and things like that. That's how people will tailor their schedule eventually.
In fact, I was on a podcast yesterday, and the guy was talking about, well, what if Kalen Moore doesn't make the playoffs? I said, you know, to me, I said, if Alabama goes 9-3, they get in. He goes, I don't know. And I said, but to me, it's the schedule. And I said, that's what I'm hoping the committee looks at. And they say, okay, you know, if Alabama's 9-3 and let's say Utah's 10-2 and they lost in their conference championship game, he said, what would your choice be? I said, well, I look at Utah's schedule and I go, it's not even in the area code of Alabama's. And if you think about flip-flopping the 2 schedules, you would feel like Alabama would probably go undefeated. Utah would at least have 3 losses. So I think all that's got to count for something. And I hope they look at that stuff. You know, I hope now they're going to look at, if you're going to have 12 teams, have that many teams, I think you have to look at things the way the NCAA selection committee looks at things. Like, okay, you know, everybody was railing on Alabama for getting a 4 seed, but the committee was like, y'all played a tough schedule. You tried to play it. Yeah, you lost a lot of them, but you tried to make an effort. That's rewarded. You can't have a losing record and get in, but you know, you can be a good team, play some tough games, get beaten a few times, and we'll reward you. And that's how I want college football to be now, because I think that will help put a lot more interest in the way that it's lining up. Because the way it used to be was every week was tense because you knew you had to go undefeated, you know, or at no worse than 1 loss, right? And so now you don't have to go undefeated anymore, but you have to play somebody.
Again, we'll see. I think I wouldn't mind it. All the more better games, fine with me.
I mean, yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense. Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is coming soon to the corner of 280 and 49 North in Daytonville. This new 10,000 square foot facility is conveniently located to serve the residents of the Lake Martin area and its many communities. A branch of Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory in Opelika, Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation looks forward to serving your families and your communities, as we have since 1900 at Frederick Dean. 256-750-0381.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Just one more segment in the first hour of tonight's program. Luke, you're looking at me like you want to say something.
I did. Florida, according to Brett, and I thought I was right about this, Florida is 15th out of 16 on 24/7 in the SEC.
Okay. How many commitments they got?
At this point, I find that to be kind of irrelevant. I mean,
well, it's very relevant. I mean,
it's irrelevant in the sense that if you look across the country right now, a lot of the big dogs already committed.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And
yeah, but
they're going to get better. They're not going to finish 15th out of 16.
Of course they're not.
But they might finish 12th. And if you're Florida, that's inexcusable.
It's going to be hard for them to finish 12th. I mean, they're Florida, right?
I mean, I'm telling you, it doesn't take much. And we keep saying they're Florida.
What happened? I mean, they had this
I think Urban Meyer left them on the list, the curse of Urban Meyer.
I'm talking about last year. All right, really signing day in December. They had this great class lined up, and then all of a sudden, people just started jumping ship. And a couple of guys went to Auburn, and I'm not saying I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
But what happened? I mean, all of a sudden, one day, kids just started looking at Florida and said, you know what, screw this, I'm leaving. What happened?
Making
and they haven't been all right, been right since.
But the only answer is your NIL isn't together. That's the only answer. I mean, because in the end, that's kind of what it's all about now. Look, there are going to be some folks that'll, take a little less to go to Auburn because they love Auburn, or a little less to Bama, or a little less to Florida, or whatever. But nobody's saying, hey, if Auburn's giving me $200,000 and Florida's giving me $1 million, I'm going to Auburn still, or Alabama, or whatever. I mean, that's just not happening.
Yeah.
And Florida just sounds like they just aren't playing the game well, and that's a big problem. I mean, I'm looking for Florida on in the top 50. They're not in the top 50 yet that I'm seeing. Mississippi State's ahead of them. Minnesota's ahead of them. Virginia Tech's ahead of them. I'm going to try and load them all if this thing will ever work.
But I would like to know how many commits they have, because if they got like 5 commits,
they've got 8 commits.
Okay.
Now that's not many. You're right, and they have more 4-stars than I thought. They got 4 4 and 4 3s. But when I look at the top 100 players, I that's another thing I'm gonna do is pull up the top 100 players.
But see, you say, well, all the big guys are committed. That means nothing today.
It doesn't mean as much. You're right. There could be some flips, but I think we're also biased to the fact that they're not quite as. Yes, we see a lot of flips, and it's news, but when it's a flip, right? But because nobody comes out, breaking news, so and so didn't flip. It's only. There seem to be a lot of flips because those get publicized more. And, otherwise when you just have a guy that stays loyal and commits, he doesn't get the notoriety. I mean, all the fanfares.
I'm not saying there's not problems at Florida. Clearly there are issues right now in Gainesville. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think Billy Napier will be back next year. But I just want, something stinks, and I just don't think you do what Napier did at wherever there was before. I can't even remember now, but he was good. They won. They had 3 years of double-digit wins, like 11 and 12 wins. You don't do that if you don't know how to coach. So there's just something weird going on right now in Gainesville. It stinks.
Well, I agree. I'm looking at,
and I don't even like Napier.
But here's my point about the committed versus uncommitted kids. This is all from the On 3 and the On 3 composite, essentially. So the number 1 player is committed. The number 2 player will be announcing his commitment soon. Florida is nowhere to be found. DeCarrion Moore, number 3, to Oregon. Number 4 to Ohio State. Number 5 is in between Georgia and South Carolina. Number 6 had just got crystal balled to Oregon. He'll be committing any day now. Number 7, number 8, number 9, those are all committed. I'm looking to even see Florida as like getting a percentage of any of these guys, and I'm not seeing it. So my thing is, they'll get some more commitments, and yes, their point total will rise, but it's not going to get in the upper echelon of the SEC. And the big problem there is Florida always plays Tennessee. They're always going to play Georgia, and now you got Texas and Oklahoma. They're always going to play one of those two every year. You can bet on that. Times are tough. Now, you can turn things around quickly too. You get a new coach in. You get the right coach in, and you can go to the transfer portal and make some things happen. You got to go get the donors to pony up, and you got to, do all you can. But it's just not easy. I mean, look, Hugh Freeze turned over his entire roster just about, and people like where the roster is, but you still got a long way to go. You got to get everybody on the same page. It's starting over, Florida's they're in a world of hurt right now, and I think the big thing is the curse of Urban Meyer. This is a guy that has sort of left destruction in his wake just about everywhere he's been. And so he goes to Florida. He won them some things, but he did some other things that weren't so good too. And the next thing you know, they're floundering. I mean, they're just Florida. Florida hadn't been to a college football playoff.
I'm aware.
I'm saying, like, we all think of Florida as this powerhouse and this juggernaut because we all remember some Spurrier and some Urban Meyer and stuff. But they hadn't really. I mean, they went to the SEC title game in what they played Alabama in 15, and Alabama beat the brakes off of them, and they went, but they weren't a very good Florida team either.
No.
So they just haven't been that much of a force.
Well, McElwain, didn't he go twice? Or I know he went once, but they weren't very good.
Well, McElwain's the one that's the 15.
Okay,
right?
that was the 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't guess Mullen ever. They had double-digit wins though when he was
Mullen had, I think, one double-digit win season. He was only there
3 years.
3 years,
I think.
yeah. I mean, it's wild because again, Florida's one of those teams that outside of Florida State, they don't play any non-conference teams either. Now they played Utah the last 2 years, but that's the first time they've done that in a while. It's just interesting that they can't get on track.
That's true. All right, we got to take a break, but never fear, we'll be back with hour number 2 of Sports Blitz Live right after this.
With summer here, the kids out of school, and fun at the lake, illness or injury can strike at any time. Whether you're on vacation or just don't have time to go see your primary doctor, visit your friends and professionals at Ivy Creek Urgent Care, located at Highway 49 South, next to Stillwater's main entrance. With a rotation of 4 professional doctors and 3 nurse practitioners, they honor all walk-ins, get you in, properly treated, and out swift so you can be back to the summer fun fast. When you need urgent, see Ivy Creek Urgent Care, Dadeville. No appointment needed.
The new owners of Stillwater's Country Club want to welcome you to play the area's premier course at Stillwater's with our new rates. Now, play for only $35 per 18 during the week and only $40 for the weekend. Stillwater's Golf is ready to give you the area's best golf experience, and many upgrades are coming, including a lighted range and course expansion. Meet the new staff and enjoy $35 per 18 Monday through Friday and $40 on the weekends. All at Stillwater's Country Club in Dadeville.
They say we live in an age of big data, where computers and fancy algorithms are supposed to know you best. But at Country Financial, we know helping you own your future requires, well, something much bigger. Contact your local Country Financial representative and start planning for your future with a personal touch.
The good guys at Alex City Marine are ready for your boating needs all summer. And now you can get up to $4,500 in rebates on our huge selection of new Landau Tritoons and sacrifice pricing on remaining 23 models. Alex City Marine also has a new fleet of rental boats for fabulous days on the water, whether it's service, new pontoon selections, or rental boats. See the pros the locals know. Alex City Marine on Cherokee Road in Alexander City or online at alexcitymarine.com.
Main Street Family Urgent Care.
Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care, open 7 days a week.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. Tony Sarah Ford has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Ford and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Right now, valued customers receive up to $4,000 on select 2023 F-150 trucks plus 1.9% APR, or a new Bronco Sport for $393 a month plus $750 bonus cash. Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Tony Sarah Ford in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you, taking you up to 9 o'clock this evening. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. 256-234-6221 is our number here, or just drop us a note on the Facebook page. That's Sports with a Z. There's a thread there that you can participate in. We appreciate all of our interactions with you. All right, talked a lot about SEC Media Days, which will obviously be upcoming next week. That should be very interesting. It is always. It's kind of the unofficial beginning of the college football season. It's a whole lot of fun. Certainly a media extravaganza. I had this to talk about last time, and I don't think we got to it. Maybe we did, but I forgot. But this is just for you. The NCAA has presented a plan to Division I conference commissioners that would expand the men's and women's basketball tournaments by 4 or 8 teams, alongside an option to leave each field at 68 teams, a source confirmed to ESPN.
Why do you need a plan for that you're going to keep it the same? Just say, here's a piece of paper with ditto written on it?
I guess.
I mean, expanding this thing, and again, I know that for the millionth time, I understand that people love it when David beats Goliath, and it's fun, and it's cool, and in the moment, that's fine. But what people don't understand, in the David-Goliath thing, that was a 2-team tournament. There were only 2 teams. David didn't have to go on and play somebody else. And, you know, it
Goliath
sucks.
Couldn't go on and play.
Yeah, he couldn't go on and play. It sucks that we already have so many teams in there, and a lot of them just aren't good.
64 is perfect.
It's not.
We didn't need
First of all,
4
it's
more.
not perfect, but it's
No,
fine.
it's perfect.
But it's
64 is just the
again.
right
I would
amount.
argue forever that I could live with 64. I just don't like the way they choose the 64. I can live. I guess that's one way that I should change my line of thinking. It's not that I hate 64. It's that I hate the way we get there. I don't want some automatic qualifier with a losing record. That's what I don't want.
It's so rare.
But it happens.
Rail again. 1 out of 64? I mean, who cares about 1 out of 64?
I do. You're looking at him. But anyway, so first of all, we don't have 64. We got 68.
Yeah, we do.
So now we're going to get 8
Well, technically, we really only have 64. Those 68, I mean, that's just in number.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
That's called
because
round 1.
it's played. No, it's not.
It is called round 1.
It is. It don't matter what they call it. It's not.
Oh, you're saying in Andy? Okay, in Andy land.
In everybody's land.
Okay,
it is not a round 1.
But the official terminology.
It's the play.
The official terminology is that's round 1 because they
and
don't
so
like
basically, if you added 4 more teams, it would just be 4 more play-in games.
No. They've already. Well, yes and no. They've already said, okay, if we do this, it's not going to be a bunch of, dump truck teams. It's going to probably be.
Oh yeah,
some
but
Power
it'll be
5 teams.
play-in games.
And see, I could get by. To me, I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Let's take it back down to 64 and take out all the other teams that aren't good, that we know can't win this thing.
Most of those teams that are in there that you say aren't any good are like 28-5.
No. First of all, if they are 28-5, fine. They played a bunch of other dented soup cans.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
But still, they were a good dented soup can.
Okay, well, by that line of thinking, why don't we just make it where at the finals for the AHSAA, we do it like Indiana used to do. Everybody just plays. You have one tournament. Everybody plays.
Okay.
You like that? You think that's good? For
No,
the 1A
I don't
teams?
like that in college. No.
No, you don't like it.
Or I don't.
Like it in high school.
I don't care really about that in high
But
school.
see, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it makes more sense if we say, okay, just like in football, we're about to break away the football thing. Let's just let some of these other teams have their own thing and let them celebrate it. That's fine. We're not going to miss Mount St. Mary's. No offense to the Mount St. Mary's fans. We're not going to miss UC Santa Barbara. It's just we're not going to miss it. And we would probably rather see.
Kids from UC Santa Barbara will miss it.
I understand, but not everybody can play. Not everybody can play D1. Not everybody can play Power 5. Not everybody can play Group of 5. Not everybody can play D2. Not everybody can play D3. Not everybody.
But
go down the line.
basketball's a little unique in that you only got to have 5 really good players.
Sometimes you only really need one. You're right about that. I get it, and upsets happen. There's no doubt upsets happen. But my point is,
sometimes it's not.
We play this really long season that starts at the end of October and ends
you play
in
for
April.
your seeding.
But
Just like you do in the NFL, you're playing for your seeding.
I
really.
will go back to, you look at Alabama and Auburn. I mean, Auburn's record was a little bit better. Alabama's schedule was a little bit tougher. They both end up at a 4 seed. I mean, I'm saying it's all arbitrary, right? I mean, it seems rather arbitrary the way that they put some of these teams in there. And not only that,
I thought we were two very comparable teams, though.
We were rather comparable.
So,
and I'm fine with it. I'm just saying it is rather arbitrary. So let's.
I don't think they were throwing darts and said, "Okay, 4 seed." I mean, you're arguing. I mean, could we have been a 3 seed? Yeah. Could they even put us at a 5 seed? I'm sure they probably could have and made a rationale for it.
Andy, I'm arguing.
What does it matter?
Andy, I'm arguing that we don't.
Eventually, you got to beat the teams.
I know. I'm arguing that I would rather see teams that have had the tougher route, that maybe have lost a few extra games, rather than the team that went 29-2 playing a bunch of nobodies. That's what I'm saying.
But that's a very. I mean, the NCAA tournament be over in 2 weeks.
No, I'm fine. Keep it at 64 teams. You want to keep
what
it?
Do you want?
Let's put the best 64 in.
I think they. I mean,
but they don't.
But there's no getting.
There were
around.
examples this year. Clearly, Indiana State gets left out. They did everything but win their conference tournament because they got fluked out of it, and everybody's like, "Oh well, that's the breaks." Well, what about little old Indiana State?
Okay, so you'd rather put it in the hands of people's opinions than automatic offer. Okay, that's fine. Guess what?
What?
Ain't gonna happen.
I know it's not gonna happen. I didn't say it was gonna happen.
So,
I'm just saying.
Let's come up with a new argument.
My argument is this: if they expand this tournament, there should be a revolt. I mean, and if you expand it, just let everybody in. I mean, seriously, it's getting stupid.
Okay.
Just let everybody in.
On that note, there are many in college basketball who have said they believe the 68-team field and 3 weekends of play are ideal. But pressure has grown to add teams and games to one of the most popular sporting events on the U.S. calendar. Last year, the NCAA Division I Board of Directors approved recommendations that included allowing 1/4 of teams in larger sports to compete in championship events. In that scenario, the March Madness tournament could expand to nearly 90 teams.
Well, I mean, if you said 96 teams would be the next natural progression, I guess. I mean, if you have 96, again, I'm just going to say just let them all in. Let's not even have a regular season. Let's just start the year with a tournament. If you're out the first week, you just out. Try it again next year.
That's a short season for sure.
Well, here's the other thing. If you expand it to 96, what you're going to have to do is shorten the regular season, probably, right? And so what that means is a team that doesn't make the tournament or a team that loses in the first round of the tournament. I mean, there's a lot of basketball between that. You know, now everybody's just got to sit. I just don't like this idea. Why do we keep doing things like this?
Well, I mean, what you could say, like, you know, the beginning of the season is the beginning of the tournament,
right?
And it's
double elimination,
10 losses and out.
Yes, is what is a
when you lose 10, you're out.
Yeah, quadruple elimination tournament.
Yeah, there you go. So you know,
quintuple. You know, it'd have to be something like quintuple. I don't even know what the word is for 10.
A deca something. Or,
yeah, something like that. But okay, that makes it. If you want to do that, okay, that makes it more interesting. The problem with that is then you're going to have a lot less home games. You also have to decide where does everybody go? You know, who goes where? Boy, I'm telling you, it's like we can't have
I
nice
would
things.
leave it at 64.
Well,
if you want to call it 68,
I would have left it at 64
that's
back
fine.
when it was 64.
It's still, I mean, look, every time I fill out a bracket, damn, but 64 teams on there.
No.
Now, I mean, there's 68, but that don't count.
Well, no, but when you fill out the bracket, if you don't put those on there, then you have to do blank or blank.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. So there's 66.
That's true.
And so I just think that I'm just telling you, it makes me so mad that they're going to do this, and they're going to do this.
Well, yeah,
they're going to do it.
Will.
And
I think there are more
can't have
people
nice things.
I really think there are more people that just are at the point with 68 that say, I think it's about right. I really do think there are more people that
well, we're not going backwards
right now.
We're not,
right now.
and just like in college football, we're not going backwards. Just like I said originally, they got to 12. We hadn't even had a 12-team playoff. We've already immediately said we're going to 16. We hadn't seen what the 12-team playoffs like, and we've already decided to go to 16. And you know what will happen next? We'll go to 24. And everybody just says no problem, and I'm saying it's going. There's a yin and yang to the universe. If you do this, that's going to happen. You never do one thing and everything's good. Something suffers.
There is cause and effect. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Since 1908, many talented tradesmen and women have proudly represented the Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air name. We are grateful for their commitment to excellence, always providing our clients with quality work that we're glad to guarantee with 100% satisfaction. No matter the problem, the Dixie Electric team is here for you, serving the Montgomery and Auburn areas. Thank you for choosing a locally owned company.
For more information, go to calldixie.com.
Call Dixie and it's done.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
I'm Jimmy Goree with Goree's Furniture. We would like to invite you to come shop our huge selection of furniture. But if you don't have time, we have over 2,000 items you can have shipped directly to your home. Go to GoreesFurniture.com, look for 48-hour quick ship. Shop, click, ship, it's just that easy. You can shop us here, or you can shop us online, only at Goree's Furniture.
Your express way to saving.
At Majestic Caverns, we believe in the power of unforgettable experiences. At a cool 60 degrees year-round, America's most historic caverns guarantees an enjoyable escape. But it doesn't stop there. With over 20 above-ground attractions, including 5 new ones this year, and our Cave Cafe, which offers delicious drinks and plenty of food options. And don't miss our exciting event, Libertas. On June 29th, July 6th, and July 13th, enjoy live entertainment and much more. At Majestic Caverns, your unforgettable adventure awaits.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Just a few more segments left in tonight's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. All right, it's that time. The greatest alt-rock songs of the 1990s. We have counted it down. We started out with, I believe, 30? Nah, do we start out with 24 of these?
Too many. We had too many in the tournament. Too many in the tournament.
No, I think we had 32. We had 32 in this. We have whittled it down to the top 8 songs of the 1990s, alt-rock.
Now, while we're here
songs.
while we're right here at the decision time,
yeah,
are we trying to decide what is the better song, or what song is a better representation of the 90s? I think that's crucial.
I'm going with better song.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so
that's what I've been going by all along.
I need to know.
Okay. Now, again, these are all great songs, and just making the top 8, that's reward. That's a reward within itself.
You make the Elite 8. I mean, it's a big deal. You're playing on Thursday night on CBS.
This is true. All right, so we will start with the 4-5 matchup.
Some of these games are on True Network, but that's
hey, I'm telling you right now. I listen to these songs and I listen to them back to back in these matchups, and it's difficult.
Takes you back.
All right, this is your 4-5 matchup. Semi-Charmed Kind of Life, Third Eye Blind, reached the number 4 spot on the Hot Billboard 100.
That's the highest it got?
That's as high as it got, the number 4 in 1997. It beat the Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve to get it to this spot.
Yeah.
The number 4 seed taking on the number 5 seed, Santa Monica by Everclear. This song, shockingly, reached only number 29.
Wow.
On the Hot Billboard. Now, it reached like number 5 on the whatever, mainstream rock, whatever. But only number 29 on the Hot Billboard in 1995. And it defeated Mr. Jones by Counting Crows. Semi-Charmed Kind of Life, Third Eye Blind versus Santa Monica.
By the way, you have no vetoes left.
Well, my initial thought was you had 2 vetoes every round.
Oh, God.
But, no, I'll go with that.
I don't mind if you have one.
I don't
veto.
need one.
Okay. God, this is tough because I like both songs.
I do.
Semi-Charmed Kind of Life is great, especially if there's like a little extended version that is really good. I'm going to go Santa Monica, though.
Cool. Wow.
At the buzzer.
Yeah. And again, I've forgotten how good Semi-Charmed Kind of Life is.
It's great.
There's so much in there, and there's a little blur part that he even in the video, he covers his mouth. Good video, too, by the way. But there's something about the way Santa Monica, it starts out so simple. It's just one guitar.
It builds.
And it just builds and builds and builds. And it's
You know what happened in this? This was close. Santa Monica was leading. Semi-Charmed Kind of Life takes the lead. They foul Santa Monica shooting a 3, unbelievably. And the guy makes all three free throws.
I've seen that happen. Thanks for that. All right. This is the 6-3 matchup. Number 3 seed, Runaround, Blues Traveler.
Which I'm a sucker for our harmonica.
Reached number 8 on the Hot 100 Billboard in 1995. They defeated Collective Soul and Shine.
Yeah.
They will be taking on the number 6 seed, Hey Jealousy, by the Gin Blossoms, which only reached number 25 on the Hot Billboard 100 in 1993. They defeated Lightning Crashes by Live.
I'm going
Runaround versus Hey Jealousy.
I'm going Runaround. To me, it's not really even that close.
Yeah, I will actually agree with you as well. These are closer than I thought it was going to be. Hey Jealousy is a pretty good song. It's not a great video.
Well, not a great video, and like if it's on, it's great. But I've never gotten on like what is it, Musically or whatever. My daughter turned me into. I remember.
I don't know what that
is.
is.
It's a place where you can just look.
I
at
don't
the
even
song
understand the reference.
And I've never gone. You know what I want to hear? Hey Jealousy.
We can run around town, or we can run around and let the cops chase us around.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. Run around, pretty cool. It's like the.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know. I mean, that's a good thing? I don't know, but I'm actually my vote would be.
And
with you.
Now that I'm thinking about it, like, why are they saying "Hey Jealousy"?
I don't know that either.
Well, a lot of songs don't make a lot of sense.
This is true. Speaking of that, all right, the number 2 seed, Wonderwall by Oasis.
Oh, that was on the other day, and I thought about this very thing. I was like, God, this song's better than I remember.
Yes.
Like it hit a little closer.
What? How's it today? It's going to be the day that they're going to take it away from you. Or
That's
something.
how it sounded when Gomer Pyle did it for a karaoke night.
This is true. He's a weird guy. He's got the unibrow going.
Yeah.
All right, Oasis only reached number 8 on the Hot Billboard 100 in 1995. They defeated all Matchbox 20ing it up over here. 3 a.m. That will be taking on the number 7 seed, One Headlight by the Wallflowers, which these 2 songs are perfectly matched.
Have you ever seen the Wallflowers and the Gin Blossoms in the same?
I have not.
Okay.
It's a good question. Number 2 on the Hot Billboard 100 in 1997, They defeated Creep by Radiohead.
Oh, I can't believe they beat Creep.
One Headlight versus Wonderwall, the 2-7 matchup.
I'll go One Headlight because when you listen to Wonderwall, you feel a little creepy.
It's
got a haunting.
I listened to One Headlight today.
Yeah.
I thought, man, I didn't realize how much I like this song.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like you can just sort of have it on, but if you get in the car, you know how like sometimes you get in the car and there's a song on the radio and you had it blaring because you're in there by yourself, but like some people get in the car the next time and it's a song like what are we talking about?
Wonderwall.
And they're like, what are you listening to? It's like, it was just on the freaking radio. I don't control the radio play, but it's a reflection of who you are as a person. Like if you get in and Hey Jealousy's on, they're like, Hey Jealousy, like they get in and sort of. But Wonderwall, nobody's jamming out to Wonderwall.
No, it's kind of a thinker.
It's a thinker, and you need to be by yourself. It means something only to you. You know, like Hey Jealousy, we all know like. Hey, okay, whatever. No, One Headlight. Sorry, One Headlight.
We don't even know the song. Yeah.
Well, again, it's the same band with a different name.
One Headlight. Me and Cinderella, we can get together and work it out. So,
but you know, I did have a thought while you're saying that because some of these are one-hit wonders, right?
They've had a couple of hits.
Okay, I know, but do you ever think like when you're a one-hit wonder, kind of like the Verve, right? The Bittersweet Symphony.
Yeah.
I don't think they had another hit. You're like, oh, this is easy. This is so easy. We're gonna make so much money. And now they have to take an orchestra everywhere they go because nobody wants them to play anything but Bittersweet Symphony.
I had my brother. We were having a conversation, and he's this is just a month or so ago, and he said I remember when I was at Auburn, I just started. He said I had a conversation with this girl, and I was like, this song, I forget which. I think it was the, good grief. Now I can't. I'll think of it during the break.
It's a hell of a story.
But
thanks for that. What a segue.
It's a great one. Let's get through this first. Number 1 seed, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana, reached number 6 on the Hot Billboard 100 in 1991.
And that was it only reached number 6 probably out of spite, like because it was so new. There were probably some people like
didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, it's too depressing.
It just kind of all of a sudden just kept building and building. They defeated "You Get What You Give" by the New Radicals.
They needed to
versus.
They needed to beat them.
The number 8 seed, the bottom seed, "Let Her Cry," Hootie and the Blowfish, reached number 9 on the Hot Billboard 100 in 1994. They defeated Jeremy, Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
"Smells Like Teen Spirit" versus "Let Her Cry."
The world is going to say "Smells Like Teen Spirit." I'm going to go "Let Her Cry" because, I mean, I never – yeah, I mean, you know, we've all had moments where we think we can relate to Nirvana, but I've never been depressed and mad. If I'm depressed, I'm sad. Like, Nirvana felt depressed and very frustrated, and I just didn't relate. Like, "Let Her Cry" seems a little bit more.
Universal.
Yeah, has what?
It's universal.
It is universal. I'm going in an upset. The 8 beats the 1. It's "Let Her Cry."
I would agree. I can't believe this. I am in total synchronicity here.
Okay.
"Let Her Cry." She walked in. I didn't know what to do. I just felt. I sat down, had a beer, felt sorry for myself.
And then went back. She went in the back
to get high.
Room to get high. Yeah. I remember.
I sat down on my couch and
like
cried.
taboo that was in the moment. Like it was one thing if we heard Snoop Dogg talking about it, but that wasn't on the radio.
Yeah.
You know, that was like stuff you heard under. I mean, but when you heard about, I was like, that's boy, Hootie's really stepping out.
I'm surprised they didn't, bleep that. Yeah. Okay. So there you go, and we'll have the championship round, the Final Four, next week.
Is it a good Final Four?
Oh,
Where's it going to be?
It's got to be
Albuquerque.
It got to be in Cleveland, right? Hall of Fame.
Oh, there you go. No, Seattle. 90s.
It's good.
And that's why the Nirvana upset is so devastating. But okay, so who's our Final Four?
The Final Four would be, let's see.
Let Her Cry.
Well, let's see. It would have to be number 1 seed Runaround versus I guess.
Do you reseed?
Yeah, reseed again. So Runaround versus Let Her Cry, and Santa Monica versus One Headlight.
God, there's no chance I would have picked that Final Four.
That's
why we love the tournament,
I know
Andy.
it. You never know. This is what's so great about the tournament. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen-printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Just a couple more segments left in tonight's show. It's been a fun one so far.
Well, in that vein, you said, what are we going to talk about?
Well, let me say this while I still remember it. My brother said he was having a conversation with a girl. This is years and years ago. So the song had just come out. The song by Living Color. It was like a hard rock, but it was.
What was the name of it?
Yeah. So and the guy was
Cult of Personality.
Cult of Personality, I think. Yeah. So and they were talking about and he was saying, "Man, this is such a great song," and he said, this band is going to be around, forever. Or they're going to be, putting out hits for the next, 20 years. Who you really think? He said, they're so much better. What was that group you were talking about? The Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're not going to be around for anyway. He said that didn't age too well.
No, it did. No. And you remember the guy was like it was like sort of a punk rockish almost type thing. And a black lead singer with the long braids and it was a great song though.
It was, yeah.
I'll tell you, since we're just sort of going off the rails a little bit. So I was at Orange Beach this past weekend.
We've been off the rails for 2 years.
I was at Orange Beach this past weekend, and we met up with some friends and went to a place called Tacky Jack's. I'm sure a lot of y'all have been there at Orange Beach. And, not exactly the most sophisticated place here, but it's a nice little place just to have a burger or whatever before you go out on the boat or something. And so we had a big crowd. We had like a table full of kids behind us, and then the older kids, and my wife and another couple here. And like we're just having a conversation, just hanging out. All of a sudden, a woman, literally, she just materialized out of thin air, and she looked like if Orange Beach were a person, you know, like bleach blonde hair, like almost white, sort of like there's no way you could tell how old she was, but whatever age you told her, you'd be like, I buy it.
She was from Ellick City.
Yeah, she at the Ellick City Time Warp. And she comes up to me and like she just stares at me. She just looks at me. And so initially I'm thinking, because this has happened a few times, and it's always been because people have seen the podcast or they've seen this show or something. So I was like, let me just go ahead and get ready to say, yeah, I'm with Sports Blitz, so what's up? And she goes, she didn't do any of that. I literally hadn't gotten a word out. Nobody had said anything because she was just staring directly at me for 3 seconds. It felt like 30 minutes. And she said, "Are you in the military?" And I said, "No." And I mean, if I'd been thinking, I would have said, "Yes, the Salvation Army, thank you very much." Or Old Navy. I would have done something funny, but I didn't. And I just said, "No, I'm not in the military." She goes, Are you sure? And then I was like, well, I can check my military ID that I don't have. And she was like, you just carry yourself like you're in the military. And all I could think was, lady, if I were in the military, we'd have lost against Guam. I mean, there was nobody we would beat. I mean, the closest I've been to the military is Colonel Sanders. Why are you doing this? And she just said, when you walked in, I thought, that's a military man. And so, like, the other couple now, like, my kids, they're all like, what is going on? And so we thought that'd be the end of the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Like, you say something like that. It's almost
okay,
like,
ma'am, enjoy your drink.
my dad very famously went up to a woman who was walking with, I guess, her husband. He thought it was a good friend of his. He said, I'd recognize that butt anywhere. She turned around. It wasn't who he thought. And everybody laughed for a minute and you walk away. When you have a moment like that, it's kind of awkward for a second, then you walk away. She didn't walk away. She stayed 10 more minutes and talked about nothing. Talked about how, like, everything on our table, she was like, you see everything on y'all's table, the Tabasco, the salt, the shrimp, the whatever. My uncle controls everything that comes in and out of here. Everything. We're like, out of this restaurant? She's like, no, the port. And, I mean, it was just stuff like that we found very bizarre. And, I did everything, Andy. I gave her the friendly hug, like, okay, this was hilarious. See you later. I did finger guns. I did everything I could do. Fist bump. Nothing worked. Like, we kept having to find things to talk about. She wasn't going anywhere. And then, to top it off, when she finally did leave, she goes from us, where we're sitting, to, like, that desk right there, and sits with a guy who I guess she was dating or her husband or whatever, and like just stares at our table. So we couldn't even talk about her. We couldn't talk about we had to sit in silence for a while so we could all process what had happened.
That just happened.
And not talk about it because we were like, if we talk about it, she's coming back.
Right.
So we had to wait. It was as awkward. It was like a real life episode of The Office when Michael Scott was at his top of his game.
Well, in keeping with the theme of the odd couple, Andy and Luke are far more similar than they appear. I was at an Auburn game a couple years ago, and it was versus Texas A&M, where they always have Military Appreciation Day, and there was a lady. They said, I don't know if it was a national anthem or if it was halftime, but they said, if you were served in the military, if you're a veteran, please stand. And, everybody, applause. There's happened to be a lady. My seats are right here on the edge. So there's a walkway right behind me, and there's a staircase right next to me. And she looks over, puts her arm around me and says, were you in the military? And I said, no, ma'am. And she said, are you sure?
It was the same woman.
And I said, yes. Now, thank goodness she did walk away. But it was
this one was convinced.
Yeah.
And I was like, have you seen me walk? I walk like kind of like the evolution of man. You know how like you have that, you have the little monkey, then the guy that's less of a monkey. Finally, they got the full figure, like sort of like Sasquatch coming through the woods, I was like, there's nothing. I was like, is it the haircut? I mean, yeah, I guess a little short. There's nothing about me that says military. Nothing. I've never, ever thought. I was like, I don't even watch the Army-Navy football game most of the time.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
It's an Army, man.
I haven't seen Saving Private Ryan, for God's sake.
Wow. We got to take a break on that one. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back with one final segment right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Alex City and west side of the lake. It's time to celebrate because the all-new Lake Martin Pizza is open with the area's best pizza, and it's just down Highway 63 South in our town. Lake Martin Pizza of Highway 63 has a huge outdoor seating area with enclosed heated comfort, a full bar with cold beer, wine, and full spirit selection with family ownership and fun for the whole family. Dine in or pick up. It's just a short drive to our town and is hands down the area's best pizza. Like us on Facebook to see upcoming live entertainment and watch sports on our 360 wraparound TVs. Rejoice! Lake Martin Pizza on Highway 63 is ready for you.
Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is coming soon to the corner of 280 and 49 North in Daytonville. This new 10,000 square foot facility is conveniently located to serve the residents of the Lake Martin area and its many communities. A branch of Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory in Opelika, Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation looks forward to serving your families and your communities, as we have since 1900 at Frederick Dean. 256-750-0381.
Planting season is here, and the Potting Shed Garden Center is happy to give you professional landscaping advice when it comes to planting your shrubs and trees. Auburn's best kept secret will have it all this fall. Mums, pansies, pumpkins, and much more. All an array of colors and sizes, along with beautiful pots and containers, indoor plants, and a great selection of other gardening gifts. It's all at the Potting Shed Garden Shop, where natural elements reign supreme. Located on the corner of Moore's Mill and Society Hill Road in Auburn.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, this is Andrew McGreer at Dunning Roofing. At Dunning Roofing, we specialize in high-quality, premium roofs. We don't build roofs that just meet code requirements. We build quality roofs with premium materials that significantly exceed our competitors' warranties. We put money on your roof, not in our pockets. If you're looking for a top-quality roof, call Dunning Roofing today for your free quote at 256-307-7601 or visit us at DunningRoofingAL.com for more information.
Welcome back, everyone, to Stranger Things. Sports Blitz Live. I am Andy. He is Luke. We got one more segment for you tonight. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. You did have a good 4th of July?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's fine. I'll tell you something. Like, I hate saying this. It feels almost anti-American, but, like, I'm kind of over fireworks. I want to see more of the drones doing their things. Like some of the drone stuff where they had the drones that did like the Chinese dragon in the air. Like I didn't have it, but I saw it on TV.
How do they do that?
They have just all these drones that are synchronized with their various lights.
Right.
And even now they even have the drones actually have fireworks on them too. So the drones go up, do their things with the lights, and they can form any configuration, and then they shoot fireworks. And it kind of like all of a sudden I don't really care about your Roman candle anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is completely off the subject, but we're speaking of, weird things. I don't know if you've heard about this. You can Google it. There's a guy, like some NASA scientists, that are kind of working off the books and kind of what do you call on their own. Well, no, but it's an independent project. It's an independent project for them. But they have literally come up with a way, and they don't even really understand it yet. But they have come up with a way, and they have actually made it work in a small vacuum. It's like a broken gravity. Like they can overcome the gravity of Earth. Whereas, it's something about I mean,
they've come up with broken gravity. Okay, for what?
They've like for a rocket, it doesn't need propulsion. It doesn't need 500,000 pounds of fuel to break Earth's gravity and go into space. It can simply use it's something to do with static electricity, and the skin of the rocket is the propellant, and it can go and it will literally change the way. He said we could get to the moon in 2 hours, and we could get to Mars in 5 days. Do it with this new technology. Have you not? How is this not world news?
It seems like a much bigger deal than just.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my drone firework talk doesn't sound so big.
Well, I'm just saying. It's kind of. I saw it on a podcast. He had this guy on there. So maybe he's a lunatic. I guess that could be possible.
That sounds more probable.
But of course, they say Tesla had a car that would run off of electricity. They had a battery the size of a pack of cigarettes that you didn't have to charge in 1920. So perhaps there's more technology out there than we realize. But I'm just saying, Google that. That's pretty cool. Could revolutionize the way you wouldn't have to drive so much, or you could get there in a hurry.
How does breaking gravity help me get from Mountain Brook to Brook City?
He said this would make cars where you wouldn't even need tires. You would just basically
have a car.
Yeah, pretty much, kind of.
Or we'd still have wrecks.
Well, that's true.
We'd
have to let the computers drive. But yeah, there you go.
That would be kind of awesome.
I would think. Can you imagine going to Mars in 5 days?
No, I wouldn't.
I don't know why you'd want to go, but I
think I'd rather go to Mars than Chicago. But
there's that little guy with the Roman hat.
What?
The space guy from Bugs Bunny.
Oh,
yeah.
What you were talking about? God mercy.
I know, what was his name? He was Duck Dodgers.
Dodgers in the.
What was the little alien?
Something
name?
of the 20. Oh,
the 24th and a half century.
Something the Martian.
Marvin the Martian.
Marvin the Martian.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like this.
That's pretty good. I'm proud of you.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's the one you can do. Okay, we figured it out. Oh, me. Well, anything else?
Listen, if we do a top 32 shows of all time, this ain't making the cut.
Wait, man, this is the best information we've ever had on this show. What are you talking about? We got clarification. There's a new high school being built.
We learned more. I've never come here left knowing more than when I came in. And I'm going to leave here knowing more. There's apparently some kind of skin that can break the gravitational pull of the
You
Earth.
got infotainment tonight, okay? You got more than you bargained for.
Yeah.
You got your penny's worth tonight. That's for certain. All right, that's going to wrap it up for pretty much.
Let's wrap it up. I can't do any more.
Anything else? All-Star break's approaching for Major League Baseball.
The Braves started winning again, which I knew. I thought finally I'd get rid of some Braves talk. Now they've won 3 out of 4.
And they took 2 out of 3 from the Phillies. That's a big deal.
I know. And see, I just came back from Phoenix. My son works for the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks.
He works for them?
Yeah, he's not like CEO. I mean, I think he does ticket taking. He's like a summer job.
Okay.
And but
it's going to say that's a quick rise.
it is. He's a pitcher. He's a reliever. That's why they lost.
Yeah.
But yeah, they came back and beat the Diamondbacks and whatever. And I'm just
two-run homer in the ninth inning. That was pretty cool. I was actually watching that one live. All right, then not that anybody cares. That'll wrap it up for us tonight. We appreciate all of you out there being with us. Thank you so much for all that you do. We will be with you next Tuesday, same time, same channel. Be sure to join me for the Auburn Blitz tomorrow at noon.
with JJ.
With JJ.
Yeah.
He's not with Luke Robinson. Luke Robinson, I'm Andy Graham. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Thunderbolt Lightfoot at Oscar's Cafe on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, Alabama is looking to see you today. Now let me tell you, they got great food. They've always had great food all these years. Now they still got that atmosphere. They still got that service. They still cater. Let me stop right there. 15 to 415 they can handle. So give them a call today at Oscar's Highway 49 South in Dadeville. 256-825-4827.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
Announcing Camping World's Inflation Buster camping program. You can now get into a new RV starting at just $98 a month. We won't let the economy steal your camping season. Take advantage of this very limited time offer and lock in your low monthly payment today.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
At Russell Medical, we're proud of our exceptional nurses, like Nurse Brandy Worthy. Brandy represents the selfless, compassionate clinical leader patients expect and coworkers admire. Brandy was recently honored with the Nightingale Award for Nursing Excellence for her high standards, sound judgment, and caring manner. Her passion for her profession inspires us all.
Being a nurse is not just what you do, it's who you are. I'm proud to be a part of the nursing team at Russell Medical. We are the link between all hospital services, providing you with exceptional, personalized care.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Main Street Family Urgent Care.
Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care, open 7 days a week.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor wants you to know the only thing hotter than the summer on the lake is the hot incentives with all Mahindra tractors and farm implements and tough Spartan mowers. Right now, get the year's hottest deals on Mahindra with financing up to 84 months or 0%. Speaking of zero, see the huge selection of zero-turn Spartan mowers with 0% interest, financing up to 60 months. See the lake's authorized Mahindra and Spartan dealer, Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor, for deals that sizzle all season long.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Farmers and Merchants Bank of Dadeville is building a foundation of strength and trust in the entire Lake Martin community. With our modern branch in Dadeville and caring, attentive staff, we've established Farmers and Merchants Bank as a reliable friend to your banking needs. Whether it's just a savings or checking account or any commercial, auto, or real estate loan, Farmers has local decision-making to build a relationship with you and your needs. Farmers and Merchants Community Bank. Strength, service, community.
Summertime is a special time. Time on the water, time away from work, and more time with family and friends. Make sure your heart is ready for the season with an appointment at the UAB Heart and Vascular Clinic at Russell Medical. I'm Dr. Kevin Sublett, and our entire clinic is dedicated to keeping your heart healthy. We're right here in your own community and backed by the knowledge and expertise of UAB Medicine. Make an appointment today by calling 256-234-2644 or visit uabmedicine.org/heartrussell.
With summer here, the kids out of school, and fun at the lake, illness or injury can strike at any time. Whether you're on vacation or just don't have time to go see your primary doctor, visit your friends and professionals at Ivy Creek Urgent Care, located at Highway 49 South, next to Stillwater's main entrance, with a rotation of 4 professional doctors and 3 nurse practitioners. They honor all walk-ins, get you in, properly treated, and out swift so you can be back to the summer fun fast. When you need urgent, see Ivy Creek Urgent Care, Dadeville. No appointment needed.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
Farmers and Merchants Bank of Dadeville is building a foundation of strength and trust in the entire Lake Martin community. With our modern branch in Dadeville and caring, attentive staff, we've established Farmers and Merchants Bank as a reliable friend to your banking needs. Whether it's just a savings or checking account or any commercial, auto, or real estate loan, Farmers has local decision-making to build a relationship with you and your needs. Farmers and Merchants Community Bank. Strength, service, community.
Summertime is a special time. Time on the water, time away from work, and more time with family and friends. Make sure your heart is ready for the season with an appointment at the UAB Heart and Vascular Clinic at Russell Medical. I'm Dr. Kevin Sublett, and our entire clinic is dedicated to keeping your heart healthy. We're right here in your own community and backed by the knowledge and expertise of UAB Medicine. Make an appointment today by calling 256-234-2644 or visit uabmedicine.org/HeartRussell.
With summer here, the kids out of school, and fun at the lake, illness or injury can strike at any time. Whether you're on vacation or just don't have time to go see your primary doctor, visit your friends and professionals at Ivy Creek Urgent Care, located at Highway 49 South, next to Stillwater's main entrance. With a rotation of 4 professional doctors and 3 nurse practitioners, they honor all walk-ins, get you in, properly treated, and out swift so you can be back to the summer fun fast. When you need urgent, see Ivy Creek Urgent Care, Daveville. No appointment needed.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.